Funding at the core of businesses is capital. Capital. That's the lifeblood of any business. So here's what I discovered. One of the reasons why a lot of people are frustrated about when it comes to raising funding for businesses, because a lot of us do not understand the different funding options and who they are for. And as such, we don't know how to accept. So the first type of funding I'll talk about is debt financing. How many of you know that you can run your business with debt? You can run your business with debt. But is it every business that can do that? So what kind of businesses can leverage debt, cash flow? If you have a business that has good cash flow, good positive cash flow, you shouldn't be, especially if you have a good margin, you shouldn't be afraid of debt. So where can you get debt from? Bank and financial institutions can give you debt, right? And then development financial institutions. Who knows what that is? Development financial institution. Can you call some of the names if you know? Bank of Industry, God bless you. Which other one? Bank of Agriculture, African Development Bank, IFC, World Bank. These are some of the people that can give you loans. What are some of the high-level tips how to assess that? The first thing is you have to maintain a strong credit history. So the banks will not give you. So there's these tips that I used to give people those days. If you're aiming, you know that your business is going to grow to a certain level at some point, and you need a certain type of fund at that time. Start today to collect small money. Small money. Collect loan, small money from the bank, and pay back. Do you understand? What you're doing with that is that you're building some level of trustworthiness and credit history with that bank. So let's talk about the next one. This is equity. So equity financing. What does this mean? This means giving out part of your business in exchange for fund. Okay? So what are some of the characteristics? Investors gain ownership stakes. There is no obligation to repay the fund. Okay? But investors expect returns through dividends or capital gains. All right? Then, of course, it often requires relinquishing some control over business decisions. That's part of the equity. So who is this suitable for? It's suitable for high growth potential businesses capable of generating high return on investment. So typically, this is one of the reasons why startups would usually go for investors for equity. If you understand these things, getting money will be easier for you because you prioritize what's best for you. Why do startups go for equity? Because startups traditionally, they are supposed to be businesses that if they succeed, they are supposed to grow really, really big. And here's a tip that you should know. The investors investing in startups are actually not expecting dividend. Dividend is what you pay shareholders. They are not expecting dividend. That's not how they make it. Where do you get this money? Where can you get equity finance from? Here, angel investors, venture capital firms, private equity firms, capital market, institutional investors. What are the tips? The assumption here is that you are already building something that is very innovative, that is solving a real problem. So the starting point should be make sure that you've identified something that is very innovative, that is serving a big enough market. A big enough market, you must make sure that you already have that in place. Now, you must also make sure that you've invested your own money.